This Russian APC was moving in on a mission, carrying more than 13 Russian soldiers toward the front line. But waiting ahead of it was a US-made Bradley, already positioned and facing the APC directly. The moment the APC came into view, the Bradley opened fire, unleashing a rapid stream of 25mm rounds. Under heavy impact, the APC was forced to stop. Russian soldiers immediately jumped out, scrambling in every direction to take cover around the vehicle. But Bradley didn't stop, not for a second. It kept hammering the APC, round after round, slamming into the armor. As the soldiers tried to hide near the APC, Ukrainian FPV drones joined the assault one by one. The drones targeted the exposed soldiers, striking their positions with precision. The Bradley maintained continuous fire until flames broke through the APC's hull, turning it into a burning wreck. But another Russian T-90M tank was sent to destroy the Ukrainian UAV operator hiding in the building. The Russian FPV reconnaissance team had already spotted the position of the Ukrainian drone operator in the Donetsk nearby area. And the T-90M was sent on that mission. But the tank crew had no idea that they were about to face their most unbelievable consequence. The tank shell landed directly on the Ukrainian UAV operator's position. Causing serious damage and forcing the team to pull back. The Russian tank then began slowly reversing to leave the area. But just as it moved back, a Bradley rolled into view directly in front of it and started firing. The Bradley opened fire with its 25mm cannon, striking the tank again and again. Within moments, small flames appeared on the tank's front armor, growing rapidly until a sharp explosion erupted, completely disabling the tank. These Russian soldiers were firing artillery non-stop toward the Ukrainian troops positioned in a nearby trench line. Ukrainian soldiers stayed low under the heavy barrage, holding their ground and waiting for support.
Боком за мене, покажи ручку. Сюди?
Я просто вона замінила.
Ні.
Сейчас я это делаю. Заклеиваю, сейчас будет полегче.
Moments later, a Ukrainian drone locked onto the Russian firing point and released its payload. The bomb hit with precision, instantly igniting the ammunition and setting off a chain of explosions that wiped out the artillery position. A Bradley fighting vehicle was then deployed to help secure the area and pull Ukrainian comrades away from the danger zone. It reached the trenches quickly, assisted the soldiers, and moved them to a safer position. But the threat wasn't over yet. Some Russian soldiers were still in the area, and they could regroup or launch another attack at any moment. The operation had to continue. Ukraine is not carrying out these operations alone. Many European partner countries are also supporting Ukrainian forces in reclaiming occupied areas. In this mission, the objective was straightforward: attack the Russian-held zone, eliminate the occupying soldiers, and secure the territory. Before the assault, the unit gathered to plan the operation. For security reasons, all maps and coordinates were blurred or hidden on camera.
This distance there at max range. but they can still fucking hit you and ask Kansas about it, right? But if you just stay there, your chances of getting hit exponentially increases because they can just adjust onto your position, yeah? If you just fucking keep moving,
you're immortal,
they're
man.
like, fuck's sake, man. Yeah, you're immortal, man. Yeah, you understand. Like, 1 mil on there will change it so much at like 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, don't stop.
The strategy was simple but critical. Keep firing and keep moving. If they stopped even for a moment, Russian FPV drones could strike them, and additional Russian forces might arrive to rescue the trapped soldiers.
Until the FPVs can get there, right? So what you want to do is find concealment, keep moving in the concealment, they'll lose you, and then they'll just guess where you are. And it's not worth sending FPVs to, say now they see you here, right? You're coming in out of the mines, you go in here, the time...
The team prepared for the mission by loading weapons, checking ammunition, securing medical kits, and equipping communication gear.
I wasn't given a specific, so I just let people put it on as long as they got blue tape that's visible. Hello?
Everybody left their normal phones here, right?
Yeah, of course. Hello? Alright, I want to start grabbing your shit and getting in the truck. Take the tape with you, we can do it, Graham.
Once everything was ready, a personnel carrier transported them toward the operation zone. Throughout the advance, they received real-time updates from Ukrainian commanders and European comrades monitoring the battlefield. Reconnaissance drones circled overhead, constantly sending fresh intel about Russian positions and possible threats. Two Russian soldiers realized their position had been exposed, and Ukrainian forces were already closing in. Knowing they had no time left, they abandoned their spot and began fleeing on foot. An order was immediately given to the Ukrainian soldiers: keep firing and do not let them escape. The real fight began at that moment. Ukrainian troops advanced while firing continuously at the retreating Russian soldiers. With real-time updates from reconnaissance drones, the team knew exactly where the Russians were running and adjusted their fire accordingly. The Russian soldiers eventually reached an underground basement and tried to hide, but Ukrainian troops threw a grenade into the entrance, forcing them to abandon the position and flee once more. With no safe place left to hide, the remaining Russians were pushed out of the area entirely. Once the objective was completed, the supporting soldiers moved back to their APC.
Yes, I'm a Barbie girl.
Barbie girl, yes.
Barbie girl?
Barbie
Or
girl.
Shakira, hips don't lie.
Hips don't lie. Oh, wait.
You gotta have the job to this then. I'm in a...
Even during the return, they remained alert, knowing Russian FPV drones could attack at any moment. But the team managed to withdraw safely and return to base. Celebrating their success, the soldiers sang together as they rode back. This mission, carried out by fighters from the Ukrainian Azov Brigade alongside other forces, was completed successfully. If you appreciate these frontline stories and the effort we put into bringing you real missions and real moments, you can support us directly through Super Thanks. Your support truly motivates us to keep going and to bring you even more powerful stories like this. In another piece of footage, Russian soldiers were desperately trying to hide from Ukrainian FPV drones under an abandoned Bradley, a vehicle previously lost by Ukrainian forces during a Russian attack. At first, they believed the destroyed Bradley could shield them, but the drones had already locked onto their position. An FPV struck the Bradley, and thinking the danger had passed, one soldier crawled out. He quickly realized it wasn't over. More Ukrainian FPV drones were already circling above, waiting. He dropped to the ground as another drone smashed into the Bradley. In panic, he grabbed a gun to shoot it down, but the weapon malfunctioned. Tossing it aside, he tried to crawl deeper under the Bradley. But another FPV flew directly underneath and detonated, killing him instantly. Moments later, 2 more Russian soldiers ran toward the same Bradley for cover, even after witnessing their comrades die nearby. The drones began circling them like it was a deadly game of hide and seek. One soldier hid under the Bradley, while the other tried to take cover behind a nearby tree. He even picked up a broken tree branch and attempted to swat the drone away. But it was useless. The FPV struck him seconds later. The last soldier crawled back under the Bradley, unaware of the danger. Another FPV swooped in, exploded beneath the vehicle, and a small fire broke out. That final blast ended their attempt to hide. During this mission, Ukrainian operators used multiple FPV drones with precision, ensuring none of the soldiers survived the position. This is the raw reality of the modern battlefield. A place where decisions are made in seconds, and where every move, every hesitation can change the outcome completely. You just saw the remnants of what happens when soldiers try to hide under cover. Thinking that one vehicle, one corner, or one building could save them. They were not. Active drones, precise, relentless, left no chance. That's the stark reality. Survival in modern war is uncertain, and the rules are unforgiving. But this is not unique. Earlier, we saw how combined operations with soldiers from other European countries helped Ukrainian forces reclaim key positions that were occupied by Russian troops. These missions don't just happen randomly. They are carefully planned, using intelligence, reconnaissance, and timing to maximize effectiveness while minimizing risk. And yet, even with all the preparation, the chaos of the battlefield is unavoidable. Soldiers die. Vehicles are destroyed, and the front lines shift constantly. Modern warfare is no longer just about numbers or brute force. It's about speed, precision, and adaptability. Even when both sides suffer losses, they push forward. Russia has already lost thousands of soldiers, and yet they keep advancing. Ukraine, too, has faced heavy casualties. But it has also adapted, integrating support from Western allies, using advanced equipment and developing new tactics that exploit the vulnerabilities of conventional armored formations. Take armored vehicles, for example. Bradley fighting vehicles, BTRS, and other armored personnel carriers are no longer just transport or support units. They are frontline decision makers. They can engage, provide cover, and even save lives during an ambush. In some of the recent operations, Bradley vehicles not only neutralized tanks threatening Ukrainian positions, but also shielded Ukrainian soldiers from counterattacks. It's not just about firepower, it's about coordination and versatility. And drones, not the simple reconnaissance ones of the past, but high-speed, actively armed drones, have become a game changer. They constantly monitor, strike, and force the enemy to make impossible choices. Where a soldier might have thought safety lay under a vehicle, a drone could find him. Where an APC could carry soldiers to safety, a drone could neutralize it in seconds. The presence of these systems changes everything. How infantry moves, how commanders plan, and how battles unfold. Soldiers are constantly aware that any exposed position can become a target, which reshapes both attack and defense strategies. Yet, it's important to remember, losses are part of war. Every armed conflict comes with casualties. Soldiers die, vehicles are destroyed. Yet, the operations continue.
Альфа Д. Все, отрыв.
The key is how quickly units can adapt, reorganize, and maintain pressure. Both Russia and Ukraine have shown resilience under fire. Even after heavy losses, Russian forces continue to advance, relying on sheer manpower and armored formations. They push forward despite being outmatched in certain tactical scenarios, because in warfare, volume and persistence still matter. At the same time, Ukraine's integration of Western support, including specialized units, new tanks, and advanced artillery, has created a new battlefield dynamic. Leopard tanks, Bradley vehicles, BTRS, and even long-range missile systems work in tandem with infantry, drones, and reconnaissance to shape a modern, layered defense.
Going forward!
We was yelling at the time, all the time, to be connected with each other. He was connected with you because I only saw you with yours entering the bunker and entering the house. So I cover you only after you was entering the house in the bunker.
Every strike, every reconnaissance operation Every combined maneuver forces the opponent to constantly reassess and adapt, making each movement a matter of life and death.
Давайте, рух! Делаем движение? Да. Что там по пулику, блядь? Все, рух! Аккуратно там, вей. Де так, все добре.
But despite all the innovations, losses continue. Soldiers fall, vehicles burn, and territory is contested. And yet, the fighting continues because war is never static. Each side absorbs losses differently. Russian forces, even after losing personnel at a high rate and seeing their vehicles destroyed in rapid succession, have still managed to seize and maintain control over significant portions of Ukrainian territory. At the same time, Ukrainian operations continue. Relentless raids, precise strikes, and coordinated missions are gradually reclaiming lost ground. This is the full circle of modern warfare. Losses, tactics, adaptation, and the constant struggle for control. The reality is brutal. Soldiers die. Machines are destroyed, and yet armies keep moving, learning, evolving. In the chaos of the battlefield, there are no guarantees, only calculated risks. Relentless pressure, and the hope that every decision will bring them one step closer to reclaiming or defending territory. Russia keeps advancing despite losses. Ukraine keeps striking, despite casualties. In between, the modern battlefield continues to be defined by technology, strategy, and human determination. And that is why, when you look at these operations, you understand the raw, unfiltered reality of today's war. Every loss, every maneuver, every strike shapes the battlefield in real time. And only the adaptable, prepared, and decisive forces can survive and prevail. In another combat operation, Ukrainian forces moved carefully through an area previously occupied by Russian soldiers. They checked the bodies of several fallen Russian troops, searching for any radios, maps, or mobile phones that could provide information about enemy positions. During the search, they recovered walkie-talkies and maps. Gaining valuable intelligence on the Russian operations. Despite this, other Russian soldiers continued firing at the Ukrainian forces.
Це Шумахер, один пі 200 знищено. У нас є.
One Ukrainian soldier moved cautiously along the roadside, taking cover while spotting an enemy soldier ahead.
Стрілок, це ти мене гукав?
Following orders, he threw a grenade, hitting 3 Russian soldiers and wounding 2 of them. Their FPV reconnaissance team tracked another soldier crawling away, and Ukrainian forces continued their advance.
Їх там троє.
Throwing another grenade to neutralize the threat.
Гранату піднеси. Я двоїх затрьохсотив.
During the operation, some Ukrainian soldiers who were hit were given brief relief, like a cigarette, to help them regain focus.
Я все понимаю, я немножко сейчас...
Several Russian soldiers were captured and provided with food, with one of them expressing appreciation for the professionalism and care of the Ukrainian forces.
Братан, ты наоборот, ты Бога должен благодарить, что ты в Украине, а не там, нет.
Ты что?
Да.
Красавцы, я видал работу.
Вот у нас самый старший 26 лет.
At one point, the Ukrainian soldiers discovered Russian FPV drones in the area. Acting quickly, they fired on the drones and took cover. Realizing the drones could cause significant damage, they also used underground bases for protection while under fire.
Ну я походу одного пошел, пацаны. Да? Бежит, как за дерево упал. И я вижу конкретно, где он теперь лежит. И я туда, ну, пол магазина точно понял именно, блядь.
Смотрите, там слева движуха какая-то, осторожно. И вообще прямо, ну прямо им походу пи***.
By nightfall, all Ukrainian forces and captured soldiers were safely evacuated, marking the mission as another successful operation. Now, if you liked this video, check out another one where a Ukrainian F-16 spots a massive Russian convoy moving forward, and within seconds, launches missiles that destroy the entire column. It's right here on the end screen. Click and watch it now.